Aaron Burr was brought into the world in 1756 in Newark, New Jersey. He was the child of Aaron Burr Sr., the second leader of Princeton, and was the grandson of Jonathan Edwards. He graduated at 16 from the School of New Jersey as an understudy of philosophy, yet later exchanged his profession track to concentrate on regulation. Burr started his tactical help as a worker around 1775, and served during Benedict Arnold's and Quat Walk to Quebec and Quat, September 13. November 9, 1775. He is attributed with attempting to empty the group of General Richard Montgomery after he was killed in real life during the attack. Burr joined the staff of George Washington in 1776 and was called to New York City. He and General Washington clearly didn't get along, and he left half a month after the fact. On June 22 he turned into a confidant to General Israel Putnam, ultimately seeing activity in the clash of Long Island and the clearing of New York City. He was dispatched lieutenant colonel of Malcolm's regiment on January 4, 1777. He was positioned at Orange Province, New York, basically the commandant of the regiment at 21 years old. He spent the colder time of year of 1777 to 1778 at Valley Produce, where he was nearly engaged with the Conway secrecy. In the wake of clearing with the military on June 19, 1778, he told a detachment during Monmouth. After the activity there, he transparently upheld General Charles Lee, whom Washington had criticized after finding him withdrawing from fight. Burr directed his regiment following the Monmouth lobby in Westchester District, New York. Aaron Burr surrendered on Walk 3, 1779, referring to medical affliction. By the fall of the next year, he continued his vocation as an understudy of regulation. In 1782, he wedded Mrs. Theodosia Bartow Prevost, the widow of an English official who was likewise a decade more established than him. They had one girl, Theodosia, in 1783, who therefore passed on adrift in 1813. Aaron Burr and his better half were hitched for a long time. When she died, Burr was an extremely effective lawyer. He moved to New York in 1783 and imparted a training to Alexander Hamilton. In 1789, New York lead Representative George Clinton named him head legal officer, sending off his political profession. He was chosen a U.S. representative in 1791, overcoming occupant General Philip Schuyler, who turned out to be the father by marriage of Alexander Hamilton, which might well have added to the hostility between the two men, which was to later come full circle in their renowned duel. Following one 6-year term in the Senate, Burr ran for president in 1796 and again in 1800. In those days, a possibility for president didn't battle close by a running mate, who might act as his VP whenever chose. All things being equal, every balloter could project two decisions in favor of any two competitors in the race, and whoever got the most votes became president, gave he got a greater part, while the next in line became VP, regardless of whether they were from restricting ideological groups. Burr came in fourth in 1796. John Adams was chosen president, with Jefferson as VP. By 1800, Adams' prevalence had wound down, as upheld for his Federalist Party. This was the principal political race wherein each party selected a and quat ticket and quat, with one possibility for president and one more for VP, albeit the standards wouldn't change until 1804 with the section of the 12th revision, which proclaimed that balloters would decide in favor of the workplace's PF president and VP separately. Jefferson and Burr, the two individuals from the resistance majority rule Conservative Association, tied for the lead position with 73 appointive votes each. The tie was broken by the place of delegates, which chose Jefferson as president, Burr as VP.